Paris Jackson, the poised and artistic daughter of the king of pop, Michael Jackson, continues to navigate the intricate legacy left by her father, an inheritance that's as much emotional as it is financial. In a recent court revelation that's reignited discussions about the management of one of music history's most valuable estates, documents disclose that Paris has benefited from a staggering $65 million payout, underscoring the estate's transformation from near bankruptcy to a billion-dollar powerhouse under the stewardship of its executors. This isn't merely a financial footnote, it's a chapter in the ongoing saga of how Michael's visionary empire endures, providing for his children while fueling debates on fiduciary responsibility and familial entitlement. At the heart of this disclosure lies a contentious legal exchange between Paris and the law firms overseeing the estate, primarily those led by executors John Branca and John McClane. Paris, now 27 and carving her own path as a model, musician and activist, had previously challenged the firms over opaque premium payouts, totaling $625,000 disbursed in 2018 for undocumented attorney hours. Her June petition accused the executors of extravagance, labeling the bonuses as lavish gratuities bestowed on already handsomely compensated counsel, in potential violation of court orders limiting partial fee payments pending approval. This bold move reflected Paris's growing assertiveness, a trait inherited from her father's fierce independence, as she sought transparency in how funds meant for her and her siblings, Prince, 28, and Bigi, formerly Blanket, 23, were being handled. The attorney's riposte, filed in California's Superior Court, flips the narrative with striking detail. They contend that Paris's $65 million windfall, encompassing distributions, trust benefits, and investment returns, exists precisely because of their innovative restructuring post-Michael's 2009 death. At that time, the estate teetered on the brink, saddled with over $500 million in debts from loans, legal fees, and unfinished projects like the This Is It tour. Michael's passing at 50 from acute propofol intoxication left a void not just in music but in his financial affairs, with assets including his Mijak music catalog, Neverland Ranch remnants, and likeness rights scattered amid creditors' claims. Branca and McClane, Michael's longtime lawyer and producer confidant respectively, stepped in as executors, orchestrating a revival that rivals a phoenix rising. Their strategy was multifaceted and audacious. Foremost was the reclamation of intellectual property, licensing Michael's image for endorsements from Pepsi revivals to Cirque du Soleil's Michael Jackson. 1. Merchandising timeless hits like Billie Jean, and securing This Is Its posthumous release, which grossed $261 million at the box office alone. They navigated IRS audits that initially pegged the estate's value at $1.125 billion, leading to a $600 million tax bill, negotiating it down through appeals and savvy asset valuation. Neverland, once a symbol of excess, was sold piecemeal, but not before extracting value from its memorabilia. By 2024, the estate's worth ballooned to over $2 billion, funding philanthropy via the Michael Jackson Family Foundation while dispersing to beneficiaries. The filing asserts, she would have never received that had the executors followed a typical playbook for an estate like this one in July 2009. In essence, Paris's bounty, covering education, therapy, creative pursuits, and living expenses, is a testament to these extraordinary efforts, justifying the premium payouts as incentives akin to those in Hollywood's high-stakes deal-making. The lawyers draw parallels to entertainment norms, where top-tier expertise commands bonuses beyond hourly rates, especially for turning red ink black. This defense paints the executors as unsung heroes, preserving Michael's dream of generational wealth against vultures circling his corpse. For Paris, the sum is more than numbers, it's a lifeline threaded with complexity. Raised in seclusion after Michael's death, shielded by nannies and tutors, she emerged as a free spirit, tattooed, eco-conscious, and unapologetically queer, channeling her father's artistry into folk-infused albums like Wilted and Runway Struts for Chanel. Yet, the estate's shadow looms large. Lawsuits from alleged abuse claimants, fan theories about her upbringing, and now this fiscal skirmish. Her petition stemmed from frustration over incomplete disclosures, echoing broader critiques of estate opacity in celebrity cases, think Prince's heirs or Jimi Hendrix's. Paris seeks not to diminish the executors but to ensure accountability, arguing that partial payments without full vetting erode trust. Her siblings share this beneficiary status, though details on their receipts remain private. Prince, the tech-savvy inventor, and Bigi, the reclusive artist, have largely stayed out of the fray, focusing on philanthropy and personal growth. Michael's will, probated swiftly, allocated 40% of post-tax assets to a trust for the kids, split equally upon turning 30 with interim allowances, the rest to charity and family causes. Paris's $65 million, accrued over 15 years, includes lump sums for milestones like high school graduation and ongoing stipends calibrated to her lifestyle, modest by billionaire standards but ample for her bohemian ethos. This revelation arrives amid Michael's cultural resurgence. The 2025 biopic Michael, directed by Antoine Fuqua, promises to humanize the icon, potentially boosting estate revenues further. Paris, an advisor on the project, balances pride with protectiveness, wary of exploitative portrayals. Her advocacy extends to mental health, inspired by Michael's own struggles and environmentalism, aligning with his animal-loving legacy. Financially secure, she invests in sustainable fashion and music production, turning inheritance into impact. Critics of the estate's management decry the premiums as self-serving, but supporters hail the turnaround as masterful. Regardless, Paris's story illustrates the double-edged sword of legacy, empowering yet entangling. As she petitions for clarity, it's a call for evolution in how icons' fortunes safeguard their bloodlines, ensuring the magic of thriller echoes in security, not strife.